This is what I'm talking about, Michael. Now that your father has deserted us, Buster's become impossible to control. Suddenly he's too much of a big shot to brush Mother's hair.
Well, I'm not helping you with Buster anymore. I'm not helping anyone with anything.
What up, you guys? I'm Kent E.S. Larwell, and I'm a writer, YouTuber who talks about everything from philosophy, politics, storytelling, and more. The easiest way to support what I do is to subscribe to this channel and like this video. It's free and takes a second to do. Good day, my fellow family punch and bag, or perhaps the corporate sacrifice set to slaughter for the sake of progress. Funny how the world calls you weak and damaged, and then when you finally try to stand up for yourself, those very same people call you difficult, mean, or even toxic. You have been the scapegoat for years, and now you want to do something about it. But sure enough, those around you have grown used to you being the scapegoat, so they would rather have you stay on the altar as a sacrificial lamb for all to stab and gut. When the scapegoat finally sets boundaries, watch how those around you will flock like crows hungry for goat meat. Before I go any further, I should obviously mention I'm not a psychologist or in any way in that field. I'm mostly venting about my own personal experience and hoping you can maybe relate. Hope you enjoy. In an age of family dysfunction and corporate greed, it is no surprise that we see the blend of the two fuse into a TV genre of its own. Succession, Arrested Development, Ozark, The Bear, Yellowstone, Sons of Anarchy, the list goes on. This genre of business dysfunctionally meshing with dysfunctional families is a constant story we've been watching for over 2 decades now, and by no surprise, isn't it funny how we see this very same dysfunction arise in our real life? When it comes to the scapegoat, you've been labeled the incompetent one, yet also used as a tool by others so they can blame you for any consequences. So what do? You likely put up with the BS for a long time and just accept it for what it is. But everyone has a breaking point, and once you hit that breaking point, something has to change. Enter boundaries, the world which signifies you standing up for yourself, which is a very foreign concept to you. For just about everyone else, it's second nature, and they likely accept it from other people. But they most certainly won't accept it from you. They've grown accustomed to how things were. You trying to stand up for yourself is a challenge to the status quo, and when it comes to family or business, or the exemplified amalgamation of the family business, oh boy, aren't you all of a sudden enemy number one of the ever so precious status quo.
Both ends.
But look, I may have to burn you.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. It is what it is. I wanted to get you up here and give you fair warning as a pal. That okay?
What? Getting burned?
Yeah, getting burned.
Is it okay? It doesn't sound great.
They call it dysfunction, but you can't spell dysfunction without function. You, trying to change everything about how this dysfunction functions, can set the whole system in an uproar, because people in the system don't know of any other way the system could operate, or they may prefer for you to stay the scapegoat for their own benefit. So your boundaries are disregarded as you being sensitive, fussy, or insufferable. Now we do have to do an ounce of self-reflection. It's fair to say you likely lack the framework to set boundaries perfectly. Your lack of experience in this department is blatant, even to yourself, so you set these boundaries imperfectly, and this comes with either being too firm, communicating suboptimally, or setting the boundary fine, only to fail enforcing these boundaries once someone inevitably crosses them or ignore them completely. And so, either because no one wants you to challenge the status quo, or because you fail to set boundaries properly, or because of both, you now feel stuck as though you have no choice but to go back to the status quo. But that really doesn't feel sustainable, so is there an alternative option? By now it should feel like second nature. To a certain degree, you've done it in the small doses before. You distance yourself, but this time you distance yourself more than before. You can't change the status quo, then at least you can pull yourself further away from it. If I were a betting man, I'd say you likely have some kind of avoidant personality disorder, but perhaps I'm just self-diagnosing at this point. However, it seems pretty obvious to me that once you endure through a long enough situation where everyone frames you as the problem and uses you as the punching bag, you'll eventually look at the situation and ask, why do I put up with this exactly? If dynamics need to change with particular people, but they choose not to change, then the only change left in your control is removing yourself from being involved with these specific people. Is this behavior of yours trauma that needs to be healed, or is it a reasonable solution to an otherwise unfixable problem? Once again, the answer could be both. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. So as the scapegoat, avoidant, outcast, you turn down the lonely road, but perhaps it's not so lonely. One of the benefits to this life, filled with public shaming for the sake of others' benefit, is that you've grown accustomed to your own company. Others equal pain. Less of others equals less pain. Therefore, spend more time with oneself. Whether this is trauma acting itself out or a calculated decision, the result is the same. You get away from the people who are scapegoating you. Once that happens, a few things can follow. 1. You find out things are better on your own. Surprise, surprise, the person or people you found toxic actually happened to be toxic for you, and now with them out of sight, they are now, for the most part, out of mind. 2. You figure out how you can better handle these people moving forward. Maybe you want to return to these people, but need to figure out how to change the dynamics of a relationship. The time spent by yourself will help figure this out. 3. Those you distance yourself from may just realize it was shitty how they treated you and will correct their behavior. Don't hold your breath on this one, but in theory, it's possible. Or option 4, you stay away for a while but crawl back to them, returning as the scapegoat. I'm not sure which option is the most ideal for how you see things, but ideally you do not fall back into becoming the scapegoat, so let's hope in option 4 doesn't happen. It's important to ask yourself your objective or final goal. Why are you taking the actions you are taking? The answer is to change the status quo which you have been stuck in. So long as this is your goal, then you cannot lose if you find a way to distance yourself from these people. Again, so long as you didn't slip back into returning as the scapegoat. That's the main goal. If you can find a way to function on your own as you keep your distance from the dysfunction, then you've already won. Bonus if you can find a way to heal or resolve your struggles with others, but that's not necessarily required. The scapegoat will have dreams of everyone around them someday seeing the errors in their ways and changing their toxic behavior forever. This is likely a fantasy that will remain a dream, but at the very least, if you take some time away from these people, you'll see an alternative to the hellscape you've been enduring. Whatever necessary change you find from finding peace with yourself is a personal victory. Take it for what it is, and take whatever comes next as a breath of fresh air. Thanks for watching.
It's like kind of against my principles.
Your principles? Craig, don't be an asshole. You don't have principles.
Dude, ATN is a very toxic element in the culture.
Seriously, okay, name me one principle that you have.
I don't know, like I'm against racism.
Bullshit, I'm against racism. Everybody's against racism. What else?
Like, don't lie.
Fuck off.
Like if you're the news, like you should.
That's your principle?
Yeah, dude.
And if you like that video, then you can always check out my book that talks about those issues and many more to help you through some of the hard times in your life. It's got a title so edgy, I'm not even sure if I can say it on YouTube. So check it out in the description, and as always, stay tuned for more videos to help you through those hard times, as well as liking, commenting, and subscribing for all that other fun stuff with the algorithm, you know? Yeah. Like, subscribe, write a little comment about how I'm silly or whatever. Do it. Do it now. Yeah. There you go. Wasn't so hard to do, right?